But I don't know easy. Still not one day on point as well. Make sure that Jacob has to know his Jacob. All right, thank you, Mr. Webster Castle, for affording us your time to become our first guest of this series of interview program, one-on-one, that we undertake with the prominent figures of the Youth Fellowship and the Senior Church AFC members. Welcome.
Thank you very much. The one is all mine.
All right, Mr. Webster Castle, let's get to business. Our first question is, can you tell us all about your experience in Youth Fellowship administration, your rise through the ranks, and your motivations?
Well, my experiences in the Youth Fellowship are quite long. I don't think they'll fit in the interview, but I'll try as much as I can to sort of like cut it and put in the relevant parts that sort of like might explain where I came from, what I went through, and where I am now. I think my first participation in the Youth Fellowship would be around 2006. Before that, I was obviously a child of the church, but I wasn't as vibrant as I became in 2006. And then I was born and bred in Maputo. Grew up in Tafara, went to Tafara Assembly, and then that's when I sort of like was groomed by many people. I think many prominent figures would be Joe Moroza. The other one would be Blessing Chirinda. Those were sort of like my mentors. I got there when they were chairman and vice chairman, and then we sort of like grew together, and then they imparted quite a lot. And then from then, I think 2008, that's when I was, that was like my first shot into administration of the Youth Fellowship, and I got in as a secretary for my assembly safari, and then I held the post for like a year, and then after that year I was then promoted to chairman, and then by virtue of being a branch chairman I would then qualify to be upgraded to the provincial setup now, which is where the whole story now began. And then I got into the provincial setup in 2009 as a committee member. I stayed in that position for the next 2 years, and learning quite a lot, obviously, and then experiencing quite a lot. And in 2011, that's when I then got a sort of like a recognized role in becoming the vice secretary. And then since then I've been growing. And then 2 years ago, that's when I eventually was promoted to the chairperson of the province, which was number one, a humbling experience, but then again a different challenge altogether, because all this time, obviously I was chairman before, but on a smaller capacity. And then all this time I would be vice, and then I would sort of like be lurking behind the shadows of someone else. But then again, this time now I took charge, and then it was a very good experience, but very challenging, I should say.
So you have a great experience. Okay, let's go to our second question. Just highlight us or just enlighten us some of the programs that we have lined up for the year in hosting provincial or in allied inter-provincial conference with other provincial on the table this year.
Okay. This year we've got quite a lot added to the main calendar that we sort of like have had over the years, which was like provincial Big Sundays workshops, and we'll occasionally go for Masowe once in a while. So that is still there. The structure is still there. We've got 5 provincial Big Sundays this year, and spread across the five districts that are now making up Harare province, which is Chitungeza district, Harare South, Harare West, northern suburbs, and the Eastern Islands, to make fun. So, and then we've got 2 workshops, and then we're actually planning Masowe as well. We should be going once, and then, but the major highlight or the major change this year compared to last year would be the provincial conference, which is sort of like a prospective idea, but we wanted to take it up last year. We failed because of financial reasons and everything else. But then again, this year we plan to obviously plan better and give ourselves a lot more time to sort of like get it right. And it is scheduled for August of this year. Dates are yet to be confirmed. Venue as well is yet to be confirmed. But I'm happy to say the long-awaited conference was over the years. I think we've sort of like squashed the provincial conference idea in favor of the national conference, which is still there this year. But in order for the youth fellowship to grow, and in order for the youth to get as much exposure, as they want, we figured it would be also quite befitting and correct to put in place a provincial conference. So it is there, or the plan is there, and the plan is for August this year.
That's great. So let's go to our third question.
Yeah.
We were happy to learn that you established a youth-driven charity foundation called the Youth for Change, which you established. We are the founding member or the president. Tell us more about this vision.
Yes. Last year we have long had an idea of being charitable philanthropy, so people who care about the well-being of other humans. And I think 2 or 3 years ago we began this exercise whereby every once in a while, mainly during holidays, we just get together and then come up with whatever we would come up with, and then visit children's homes and other charity homes and places, and then we would donate whatever we would have gathered. But then again, we then thought of taking the idea full time. Then we established a foundation called the Youth for Change Foundation. What it is about is a group of philanthropists or people who believe in the genuine well-being of everyone else. So what we do is every month we pay subscriptions, and then the subscriptions would make up or would go into a fund where we would then we use the fund to sponsor many people, sponsor charity homes, sponsor people, individuals, or anyone who's in need. So it is there. This year, last year July was our first anniversary. So this year July will be our second anniversary, and it is there. And I'm happy to learn that sort of like many people have learned or we have been inspired. Because one of our objectives as an organization wasn't just going out and donating stuff. It was also inspiring people to take up charity work. It was also to educate the general public on the importance of charity work. And like especially I can talk especially on the part of the Eastern Islands where we find a lot of youth are actually now getting involved, and then they're actually coming through, and the idea is sort of like grown in leaps and bounds, and who knows, maybe the sky is the limit. Maybe next year is gonna be even better than this year, and then the province is gonna get the influence national, go international if God permits.
Yes, that's great. So tell us more about this project, Youth for Change Challenge, called Youth for Change
Foundation.
Let's say I want to join you today.
Yeah.
Am I able to join you, or even to contribute? Do you still take? How can I get in?
Yeah, the Youth for Change Foundation is an open project. It is an open idea. Like I said, our idea is to inspire people, motivate people to join charity work. You might join with us, or you might not join with us. But if you find it in your heart that you want to join the Youth for Change Foundation, we join. There are 2 membership types. There is there's affiliation member status, where maybe you're actually pro the idea of us or our charity work, you are in support of our idea, but you don't want to be part of us, and then you occasionally part your ways with your money and then contribute or donate to us. You are actually afforded what we call an associate membership status. And then there is a second, which is like the full-time membership status. But upon joining, if you want to join the foundation, you part with an affiliation fee. And then after you are now affiliated or you are now a member, you will have to pay monthly subscriptions, or you have to commit monthly financially. Because joining the Youth for Change Foundation will then mean you committing financially, you committing So it is now a full-time job. It sort of like is a full-time job where you actually every month you plan to look out for people and to plan to you know, like exercise the charity work or the idea that we are about.
So thank you. Chibukara to team